$32.60 parking lot. Lots of cracks and splits along the garage entrances. Fairly well worn along here. You can see it by the light colored. Definitely needs a new seal coat at least. Turning around at the end of Perimeter Royale. You can see all the scrapes there. Okay, here's the puddle. That's a big hole. This is where the water accumulates. So that's a bad spot, obviously. Okay, now I'm going across Europa and into the courtside parking lot, which was labeled for repair and recoating. It's very dry. Cracks on here. Lots of cracks and dry blacktop. Hasn't been top coated in a while. Good morning. I would say as an lakeside, it does need a top seal coat, and it's not been recently done. The path, on the other hand, has been recently sealed, as you can see here. I'll just drive on it a little bit. It's nice and dark and not freshly sealed, but in pretty okay shape other than the cracks and cave-ins and roots. Okay, now we're pulling now back onto the road. The road here in general is dry and cracked. Can't say I'd be opposed to a seal coat on this either. It just looks like it's a aged blacktop. Lots of cracks along the edge. Okay, now we're pulling into Lakeside. I'll pull into Lakeside's first parking lot. It's in need of seal coat, it looks like, too. Not as cracked or tore up. Reasonable condition. Good condition. There, now you can get a better view of it. It's in pretty okay shape. Okay. I'll stick with this parking lot. Blacktop's in good shape. Does need a seal coat, it looks like. It's all very dry. A few little cracks here and there. This end is getting a little more cracked. Good morning, and splintered. And now I'm going to pull into Woodlands parking lot straight across. It's in similar condition to what I'm seeing across the way over on Lakeside. Good shape, but it needs a seal coat. The end spots has some cracks. I'll circle back around and get that a little better. As long as I'm here. Yeah, you can see the cracks right there, and through there, in that end spot. The rest of them aren't nearly as in poor shape. Here over by the guest parking in Woodlands. Again, reasonable condition. Hello. The rest of the spots in Woodlands look about the same condition. Good condition, need of seal coat. Okay, now on to Lakeside, more units. Roads got cracks. Need a seal coat. Probably fair to good, I would say the condition is. Still in the parking lot road. Parking spots are in okay shape. All fair to good. Definitely in need of a seal coat here, I would say. Very dry. Some more cracks at the end here. Otherwise, it's in fair to good shape. I would say that's fair to bad at the end. Okay, I'm going to loop around by the garbage cans over here. Same condition as the other parts. Okay, now I'm going to head up to Villa Vizcaya on the shell path. Okay, now we're in the Villa Vizcaya. This is the island that doesn't have the good irrigation, by the way. Apparently no good pressure. Haven't seen it yet. Okay, Villa Viscais looks like it's blacker, looks like it's been more recently top coated. Lots of cracks. I'll go all the way around the island here. Yeah. So it looks better. It doesn't look dry and thirsty, but it's got a lot more cracks and fractures and all the way around. So the road's pretty well worn here. Okay. By the way, it's just coming on 8 o'clock, so this tour started in the 7 o'clock hour, but late in it. So there's a little dew on the ground, etc. This section of the road isn't as cracked as the end of the cul-de-sac is, but it's not much different. It's a little bit different. You can see it's got a black top coat, lots of cracks in the middle. This is looking poor again along here. I'm going to go all the way around the pool here in the middle of the sky, doing a clockwise circle. Okay. This is a repeat of the backside of Villa Sky Pool. Or I don't know if it's the backside, but it's the side furthest to the west. Okay, continuing along Villa Sky. Lots of cracks, and but it's dark and not thirsty looking. It's been coated with something. Okay, you can see the wear down in some spots now, over on the right edge, where it's just showing the aggregate again. Okay, I'm going to go into the cul-de-sac here and look at the road conditions. Cracks and such in this cul-de-sac where Gordy lives is not bad. It's in good condition that way. It's definitely dry and thirsty. Not the fresh black looking. Gets more light gray as the day goes on. Road conditions okay. The inside of the cul-de-sac has a few more cracks. Quite a few more cracks, actually. Okay. Now we're going to proceed down Europa. Heading east-northeast on Europa. Very thirsty. Looks like it's been coated recently. The coloring's light gray, dry looking. You can see the water stains are there. Good condition road, pretty good anyway. I'd say fair to good, tending towards good in this area. I'll go in the next cul-de-sac here, loop around. Same general condition as out in front. The inside of the cul-de-sacs by the plant island has more cracks. Obviously more watering goes on there and such, but I don't know what the cause is. It just could be terrain. Okay, now we're cruising along here, going north on Europa. I'm going to go past Midas now and proceed on Europa. I'll come back on Midas later. Same general conditions. This road is in not a lot of cracks. It's in pretty good shape. It is dry and does not appear to have been recently seal coated. I would say it's at the end of seal coat life, just from a quick dry visualization of this. There's a little patch, no big deal, it's been repaired. Looks like it was dug up for a sewer. Okay, there's some cracks over here on this side. This is on the southbound side of the road. More cracks. Okay, now we're coming up on Alexandria, and this is where it looks like it's got a new top there. So it's nice and black. It looks more like it's fresh. There's a kind of a seam down the middle with a crack that runs the whole way. But the road looks like it's in good shape. You can see seal coat. There's a few getting to be dry spots now. The edges. There's spots there. More spots here. And it's similar things on the other side of the road too. You're not getting as good a view there. So this hasn't been redone as a road. It looks like it's had a top coat over it of some kind. I don't know the different levels. Okay, now we're coming around the corner of Alexandria, and we're proceeding. This is again dry, similar condition to what the other half of this loop looks like. It's in good condition. The road looks like for cracks and such. It's very dry. Looks like it needs some kind of top coat or something to fill the little cracks. There's cracks along the edge here and there, but not bad. Another occasional repair mark where they've cut a square out of the blacktop and refilled it in. Okay. So we're coming off Corinthian Way and heading down Midas. I will come back this way in a second. Gotta get a view of this. You get it with sun in your eyes, and then I'll turn around and come back the other way. This seems like a few more micro cracks, but it's in generally the same condition as Europa in Corinthian Way. At the corner here, a few more cracks right in front of me now, but not bad. I'll head back now with the sun at my back. We'll see what we can spot on the other side of the road. Okay, I'm coming up on the stop sign at Corinthian Way in Midas. We're going to turn south or left onto Corinthian Way. All this looks like the road's in good condition. Not many cracks in here. Maybe even slightly better than it is on Europa on the other side. It still does look dry. Hey. Same general condition. Good condition, dry. This may go along with the, if we're to top coat every 2 years, and we didn't do any last year, then maybe the whole community is due for a top coat this year. So let's see where we're at. I'm coming up here on Marbella off Corinthian Way, and I'm going to go into the parking lot and view that. First I'll go left. It's in good shape. Not too many cracks. Very small. Very dry looking blacktop. Hasn't been top coated or protected or sealed or anything in a while. Okay, so I've toured that parking lot, and now I'll go back out into Corinthian Way. That dark spot is just water. Okay, now I'm back on Europa going the other way. I'm going to head up. This is not too many cracks. It's rough and dry. The aggregate, the heavier aggregate's all exposed, but it looks to be like the road's in good shape. I'm going to head into the Marbella parking lot in a second here. Okay. This looks similar condition to the other Marbella parking lot. It seems to be in good shape. Not too many cracks. Dry. Hasn't been top coated or sealed for a while. Here's the fire lane no parking thing at the end that goes next to Bermuda Royale. Same general condition as the rest of the parking lot. Heading over here by the trash cans. Road's wet, but it's in the same general condition. Very few cracks. Reasonably smooth. Some of the seams and where the black topper goes are kind of cracked down the middle, but otherwise it looks pretty good. And the crack that follows the seam of the parking lot. These are just turnarounds for fire trucks again. Let's see. Okay. I'm not going to drive out of the parking lot. I'm going to go across the grass into Bermuda Royale. Okay, this has lots of micro cracks, but it's been top coated with something eventually. It's kind of like painted black almost. It's not as dry, but it is yet still a little bit dry. Lots of fine cracks, things that would probably benefit by a seal coat. But it's in one of the better conditions for seal coating, but it still has the cracks. That's a long-term issue. Okay. Now I'm going to head down Europa towards the clubhouse, and I'll eventually do loops around the turnarounds. So your roof is in decent shape. Quite dry for seal coat looking, but the roads aren't cracked, not too much. There's some cracks there. There's more cracks here on by the tree side where the tree roots are. I'm going to go up to the gate and do a loop, and you'll see there's a loop here. A little crack towards the gate, but not bad. And now I'm on the walking path and heading to the loop up by the clubhouse. This isn't as dry looking. Lots of cracks, patches. Over here by the tennis courts, yeah, it's still lots of little cracks, micro cracks, but it's got that black, something's been painted on here. It doesn't look as dry. Now I'm going to head over to the office parking lot. On here, it's in fair condition, I would say. There's plenty of cracks. It's dry looking. Out here it's not as worn. There's the sign. Okay. Now we're going this way. This side looks a little more black, fair condition again, but it's been coated with something, but it's not fresh, and it does look a little dry. So okay, our next thing is to head out into the traffic circle in front. Okay, we're going to do a loop on the traffic circle. No one seems to be out here right now, so that's good. Not too many small cracks, but there's a steady stream of large cracks around this thing, and it looks dry. That's going into the gate there. I'll do that in a second. Lots of cracks. I'm going to go up all the way to the bridge and then come back. Yeah, it looks okay. It's better here at the entrance. This is good. They've redone the bridge. Okay, now I'm coming back in the entrance. This is okay right here. It's okay here, and now the circle's in the same general condition with large, big seam cracks everywhere. They go across, but not in terrible shape for asphalt. Probably fairly good, other than the larger cracks, which may not bode well, but I don't know. I'm not an expert on that yet. Okay, here we come. Now we're going to the entrance. Same general condition. I'm going to go in the out gate, and it's kind of beat up on here, this little stretch. Okay, So that's about it. We covered all the parking lots and the roads of WTC. I'm still coming in. This doesn't look so good along the tree side. And now I'm coming into Bermuda Royale. Again, this has been coated with something black at some date. It's older, but it's a little dry, but it's still not terrible. Okay.